This one is it's a game called Quantum Break. And we actually wrote about this last
Clash
week.
Royale. I have not heard of Clash Royale. Have you heard of Clash Royale?
Guys, you heard of Clash Royale game in the Clash Royale?
Is this like Clash of Clans?
Or
Battle Royale?
Is it what's the game where Hero Rush?
Yeah, or one of those type of games. That's what it sounds like. I'm just guessing. Quantum Break.
So Quantum Break is a game that up till recently was an Xbox One exclusive. Now technically it's a Microsoft exclusive because it's still coming out on only Xbox One, but it's also coming out for Windows 10. I want to re-emphasize this: Windows 10.
What about 11?
There's no such thing as 11 yet.
9.
It's Clash of Clans, but in card form. Interesting.
Okay.
Similar to Castle Raid. All right. So Quantum Break is, of course, it's a AAA title, and now it's coming out for the Xbox One and Windows 10 simultaneously. It's going to be a simultaneous release. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you pre-order it, you get the game.
The game. But there's more.
Plus a digital copy of the game on the other platform.
Okay.
Plus
a
digital copy of Alan Wake 360 version.
Huh.
And the expansions to it.
So how excited are you about Quantum Break?
I pre-ordered it.
Nice. Are we going to watch a trailer for it?
Yes, we are. So
I figured that was coming next.
So let's watch a quick trailer of Quantum Break. Now, once again, I do want to emphasize that this is a AAA title, but this is something that I'm interested in. So you're going to look at the trailer for Quantum Break.
And after that, I'm interested in why you are interested in it.
Yes, indeed. Let's do it, shall we?
And I will use my rights next. Oh. That doesn't look like a video game.
No one saw it coming. We never thought time itself could collapse.
Uh-oh. Donnie Darko.
And take the world down with it.
Ooh, Weeping Angel.
Ground unit, this is Overlord 1, ready for mark. Copy, Overlord.
Because we take time for granted. Just like I took you for granted.
We've got a visual on Joyce. Confirm target, guns hot.
But if I get another chance, I'll make sure things are different.
You're cleared to
It's the guy from Lost.
This time, I'll save you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
Every time I see that title, I think of Quantum Leap.
Maybe. I don't know.
Totally different.
Could slightly be.
Just word association.
Okay.
So why are you excited about Quantum Leap?
I mean, Quantum Break. The reason why I'm excited about Quantum Break is that these are the developers behind Alan Wake.
Okay.
So that as long as they kept kind of the same storyboard team, minus one of the DLCs, which was absolute shit.
Well, you've always liked, in general, except for the one shitty one, Alan Wake.
Oh, I loved it because the thing is, you had such a great game that didn't have to 100% rely on violence. Yes, did you defeat enemies? Yes, but with an unconventional weapon. The enemies were actually controlled by darkness, so if you shined a flashlight on them, if you shined it on them long enough, it would actually make the enemies explode and they would go away. In Alan Wake. In this one, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more gunplay in there, but it looks like a very interesting story. I'm very interested to see how they do certain mechanics like the time warping effects and all that stuff.
It might have a large part to play. Who knows?
And of course, you know, it does not hurt to have a digital copy of Alan Wake to play that again.
Well, there you go.
I mean, of course, would I have loved it if they had like a remastered version? Absolutely. But that being said, if I could get a digital copy, which is, thoroughly backwards compatible, because yes, I understand Xbox One has backwards compatibility, but it's not perfect when it comes to discs. But when you put, a digital copy on it, that's covered. So,
Nice.
because it's, so there you go.
There you go.
I personally like it. What do you think of the trailer?
It looks like one of those games where based off the trailer, you have no idea what the hell gameplay is going to be. I mean, that's just, some trailers, and that's one of the reasons, take, for instance, Steam, is when you watch, their previews, you actually oh, this is what the gameplay is going to be. It's a 1.5-minute snippet. Whereas you watch this, and it was a movie trailer, not a video game trailer. Now, granted, a lot of AAA titles make themselves to basically be movies that you're playing in a first-person view if they have the single-player mode.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the actual gameplay, I'm I don't know what the gameplay is going to be at all. So, am I interested in it? It's kind of I don't know. I don't know what it's going to actually be.
Now, I do want to point one thing out, because a lot of people are like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the Xbox One version, and then I'm going to sell my digital copy of the PC version.
Yes. I'm guessing that ties it to your account, does it?
Yes. It does. You have to, how Windows 10 really wants you to tie your account to an email address?
Oh, yes.
It's going to utilize that email address. It's going to basically use it against your Xbox One.
Gotcha.
So whatever Xbox One email address you have, make sure that it's the same on your Windows 10 account.
Otherwise, you're not going to activate it.
Exactly.
So you can only activate it to one email account is what it comes down to.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like they give you a code in the mail.
No,
you can just redeem.
no.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
I do want. Okay, speaking of video games,
what about? Not the Virtual Boy. What was the other 3D Nintendo console?
the 3DS.
Yeah, you had the 3DS though.
Yeah, I have the 3DS.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cause headaches and seizures. Well, actually, a 3DS could cause seizures if you view it at the wrong angle.
My neck again.
Okay, real quick. I know this has nothing to do with the show, but I need to do a shout out real quick.
Shout out.
The shout out is Happy Birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, who?
Dad.
Oh, I heard dead. I'm like,
No, not Dead.
That's
Dad.
weird.
Alan Wake is the game where a guy rescues his wife, right? He's looking for his wife in a place that's called Hope Falls, but it turns out Darkness Falls.
uh-oh.
And yes, he's trying to find his wife through the entire thing.
Wow, that's not very hopeful.
No.
I feel sad now.
But the thing is, he's a writer, and so the world is kind of warped. It really reminds me of there's a Stephen King book. It's actually written underneath the pseudonym of Richard Bachman. Richard Bachman is Stephen King, by the way.
In a parallel universe, very far away.
It's not a parallel universe. He just decided that he wanted to write some different stuff, but he didn't want the credit put on him because he didn't want the extra pressure. Anyways, Richard Bachman, Stephen King, wrote, thank you. He wrote a book called The Darker Half,
Okay.
which is about an author who starts writing about this character, and the more he writes about the character, the more this character comes to life.
Interesting.
So basically, the character is sucking the life out of the author. So this is kind of the same thing, because basically this is influenced by Alan Wake, the writer.
Mhm.
Okay? So I loved Alan Wake. I'm hoping that I get the same experience out of Quantum Break.
That's just one way to find out.
Yes, and that's pre-ordering the game, so I can not only get the game, but I can also get a digital copy of Alan Wake.
So are you going to play it on the PC, the Master Race, or are you going to play it on the console?
I'll play it on the console. I try to keep most of my independently developed games on my PC. If I try to put AAA titles on my no, Darker Half was originally written under Richard Bachman, but then King put his name on it.
I've only read two. Actually, no, I've read the entire Dark Tower series.
Well, when King was exposed as Richard Bachman, or when he finally came out, he just when you got new editions of it, it was just put as Stephen King.
But originally is under Bachman.
Richard Bachman. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, what was I gonna say? I like to play most of my AAA titles on my console, and I like to play the vast majority of the games that I review are going to be on the PC, simply so that I don't have. Man, you keep talking about Dead Space 4, and you're like killing me because I'm hyped, but at the same time, I don't want Dead Space 3 number 2.
It's 2017, man. That's so far away.
I know it is, but at the same time, it's not. You know?
I know that's scary. It's like knowing Master of Orion was 23 years ago, man. 23.
Don't. Oh, God. I know.
I counted.
I know.
I was like,
I know.
that can't be. No, that's right. I pulled out my abacus, man.
Look, all I'm saying is that Dead Space 4 better go back to its freaking roots and be a Dead Space 1 or a Dead Space 2.
Okay, let's check. Hitonics, what version of Dead Space are you looking for? Are you looking for the Charlie version, or are you looking for the version of Dead Space 3, which Charlie absolutely hates and abhors with every fiber in his being?
He better say 1 or 2.
I don't know, man. Charlie might have pulled the band hammer if you don't answer correctly. It seems
I'm not going to pull the band hammer.
I know, man. I see him twitching over here.
I think that's just the caffeine.
This is true.
Anyways, so on to the next story. Yes, that's right.
Marsh.
Damn straight.